Hi guys, and welcome to the Horror Room. So we are finally at part 4 of my NECA Ultimate Collection. This one's mainly going to be covering the Alien Ultimates that I have, but I have a few leftover horror ones, so I figured let's start with those. So first off, we have one that I wasn't expecting to get, but I found it, and I was like, you know what, why not? And that's the Ultimate Jigsaw figure. Uh, Comes with John Kramer there. He's got his Billy puppet with the tricycle. You got the pig mask, and you got the infamous bear trap, the one that goes on Amanda's mouth and head, which is cover or shown on the cover. This is a really good one. They also released him with a red robe. Honestly, I didn't care. I said, the black one's fine. I think that was more what she wore in the first movie. But of course, we don't need an Amanda figure. Just John. So I'm glad to have that in the collection. The next three are ones that I've already talked about, so I'll just briefly mention them. The Ultimate Pamela Voorhees. This has got to be one of my new. Oh, this has got to be one of my new favorite figures that they've released, and it was definitely an unexpected treat. Then we have the Halloween Curse of Michael Myers figure. I was honestly not very interested in this figure until I looked at it in person. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like this. It's got some good detail. It's got some great accessories. The build of Michael Myers is pretty beefy, but hey, whatever. Then, of course, you had the one that I was very excited to get, and that is the Leatherface Pretty Woman figure. Ooh, love that look. Love that iconic mask. Now, they did re-release the original with the killing mask, and he's got the old lady mask. I'm not really interested in that one. If I found it and it was cheap, sure, I might get it. But I'm fine with the older version. But I did order the new poster version where he's got the blue shirt and everything. So I'm excited to get that one because the packaging on that makes it look fantastic. So moving on to a few other horror things. Mainly Evil Dead. Let's start with Ash versus Evil Dead. I got Eligos, or Eligos. Can't remember how you pronounce that. Now, they didn't do a lot of figures from the show. I think they did Henrietta, and I would love to get Henrietta. But Henrietta, of course, is one of the hardest figures to find for all of Evil Dead merch. I wish they would have done Pedro and Kelly maybe as a 2-pack. That would have been cool. But I could see them doing Pedro more because he was a more popular character. Yes, Henrietta, they did do her. I could see her on the back here. But here we have the Asylum Ash. I like the way they look. I do think it was a bit of a letdown he didn't come with his puppet. Now, NECA did release a full-scale prop of the Ash puppet. But it would have been cool to have the little action figure version. And then, of course, we have the Ash versus Evil Dead Ash Ultimate. I love that it comes with a picture of his car. He's got the different heads. They definitely got his body type down for the the TV show, because he's supposed to be a little older, a little more out of shape. So it's really funny to see that reflected in this figure. But then you have the actual Evil Dead Ultimates. You have the Ultimate Ash from Evil Dead 1. And he looks a little odd, but, I mean, it was an older movie. His haircut, especially, it's, like, parted in the middle. So they definitely got that young Bruce Campbell look down pat. And he comes with, the chainsaw and the axe and the shotgun and the tape recorder and the lantern. Which this is pre him having the chainsaw hand, so it's kind of cool to see that in figure form. Then we have the Evil Dead 2 figures, which I only have 2 versions of Ultimate Ash. I don't have the 2-pack with the Deadite. I would love to get that one day. I think it comes with like the deer head, and that's a pretty cool thing. But there's this one, which I do believe was the first run. And this one is interesting because it has the Book of the Dead and it also has the Kandarian dagger. But the quality of the face sculpts is not that great. But I still think it's a fine figure. And they actually do show the Deadite there on the back, even though he's not included. But it came out around the same time as that 2-pack. Then you have this version, which in my opinion is the way better figure. Now the face sculpt is not great, but it does come with Evil Ash. It comes with Linda's head. It comes with the evil hands. It comes with the Necronomicon, but the Necronomicon in this one is very tiny. The scale of it seems pretty off. And it also comes with a tape recorder. And again, I think I like the tape recorder that they included with this one a little better. It kind of looks similar. Let me compare real quick. Okay, it's pretty similar, size-wise anyways. I thought it was like slightly bigger, but that kind of makes sense for it to be a little smaller. But the Necronomicon being that small, I don't know, it feels kind of silly. So there you have it. There's the rest of the horror ultimates that I own. So now we're going to go on to the Alien Ultimates. First off, we have the Alien Arcade Ultimate. I love the coloring on this. Yeah, it's got that classic, like, 16-bit pink and purple kind of design. It comes with a green face hugger, and it comes with a little baby alien and an egg. Overall, the presentation on this is great. Now, this is a figure I have actually taken out and used for a picture, but I put it right back when I was done because, yeah, I think his tail broke off when I was trying to do a picture that I was doing, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to ruin this. So I got him back in the packaging, glued him up. Here we have the regular Alien Big Chap. It's pretty much the same as the other one. It's just not glow in the dark. So he's got his classic colors. I think it's a quality figure. Now it's not as big as the new Xenomorph from Romulus. Yeah, this one's a little smaller, but I think it's a cool thing to have, especially for the original Alien film. And they released pretty much every character from Alien at this point. Maybe like a few that they haven't, but I'm not really interested in collecting the humans, if I can be honest. Then we have the Alien 3 Ultimate, which is the dog alien. He's a pretty cool design. I like that they come with the little curled alien from the poster, the little kind of statuette of it. It's also got another alien baby. There's a base included, so you can pose him, because pretty sure he's susceptible to falling down a lot. Then we have my favorite alien figure, hands down. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, and that's the Alien Resurrection Newborn. I love the design of this thing. It's so ugly and great. And I wasn't expecting them to do this because a lot of people hate on this movie. But the design of this figure is just fantastic. And he does come with his own stand. Because, again, this is a figure that seems like it would be hard to stand up on its own. But I love the design of it. It's so creepy. Pretty gross. And then we have some of the Aliens Kenner ones that they've done. Now, they used to do them in the bubble packaging, as you might have saw in the last video. But here they decided to do it in more of the Ultimate packaging, which I don't think they're going to continue doing these. Maybe they didn't sell too well. But there's a lot more that they didn't do that I would love to see them do. Maybe they're just holding out. Maybe there's a licensing problem. Who knows? But here you have the Night Cougar alien. And on the back, of course, it shows the different figures they've released under this line. And there's two different versions of this. There's like the original, because a lot of the Kenner aliens from back in the day had alternate colors. So I like that they did that. Now, I just picked up this one, the black and red one, because he looks so cool. But there is also the tan one. Or maybe it's the Panther. I think it's the Panther alien. So I don't have the Panther one. I just have the Night Cougar, but I like the way he looks. He's fine to me. And then we have the Rhino, which I actually have both of these versions. We have the original one, which is kind of like a orange and black, and it comes with a comic in here, which is kind of cool. And that's how they used to come back in the day. And this figure is massive. This is probably one of the biggest NECA aliens there is. It's really hard to see him. But like I said, you can look up most of the pictures of these Ultimates that I'm showing you guys for better detail. I'm just kind of showing you, hey, like, look. It's not an empty box. But yeah, you can tell this is a huge, like, compared to this one, it's huge. So, great figure. And then, of course, we have the black and purple one. I think he's black and purple. Black and blue, kind of. Yeah, he's more black and blue. And this kind of reminds me more of the Gorilla Alien, but it's still... If I had to pick one to keep, I would definitely keep this one. I may end up trying to trade or sell that other Rhino one day because I'm just like, I like this one a lot more. So there you have it. There's my NECA Ultimates so far. There's not been too many announcements that have caught my eye. I've definitely slowed down, and I used to have a lot more. If you can believe that, I had a lot more. I had all the Terminator 2 ones and the Terminator ones. I had the Thing. I did have the Werewolf, but I said, you know what? These are lines that are cool, but I'm not really interested in them personally, so I might as well get rid of them, sell them. Do I regret it? Not really. I kept what I liked, and I've tried to sell the Predator figures before too, but I decided, you know what, for now, I think I'm going to hold on to those. Now, I do have a couple more expensive NECA items, but those will be in a different video later on down the line. For right now, I just wanted to do this because this is probably the biggest collection that I own, aside from my tapes, of course. And if I did a video on that, I'd have to go like, here's my A videos, here's my B videos. That would take forever. But hey, if that's something you guys think I should do, leave a comment down below. I mean, God, that would take forever. But yeah. So there you have it. There's my Ultimates. I enjoy what I have, and like I said, if they did the rest of the Jason Ultimates, I think that would be where I would draw the line and say, you know what, I'm good. That's all I need. But for right now, I'm definitely very happy to own all these, and I love collecting them. I know a lot of people will be like, just open them up, display them. There's more space. But I'm like, you know what? Nah, the dust, them falling over. Like, I have to deal with that with my Kenner collection. And when I do that video, I'm going to have to take them all down, show them, and then put them back. And that's going to be a whole thing. But I'm going to do it. I just did this one first because I said, you know what? They're 50-50. Let's get the harder one out of the way first because I knew this video was going to be huge. And I know there's a lot of NECA collectors out there. There's not so many Kenner alien collectors. I just love the figures because I grew up with them. And I don't even have them all. I'm still missing a couple of them. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Do you think I have a pretty decent NECA collection? Do you want me to rip them all open and play with them? Do a video where I'm... No, that'd be horrible. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.